Was watching two newspapers across the globe covered what happened with world leaders slamming the attempt to overturn the 2020 election. Even our foes noticed. Iran's Ayatollah said today that the world is mocking American values, and in Russia, high-ranking officials are criticizing America's electoral system and using the riot to sow doubt in democracies around the world. Joining me now is Richard Haass. He's the president of the Council on Foreign Relations and author of The World, A Brief Introduction. Richard, good to have you back with us. So, I don't even know where to begin on this one, but how bad does the U.S. look on the world stage? We heard the president-elect say that this has damaged our reputation.
Yeah, I'm old enough to remember when Ronald Reagan talked about us being a shining city on a hill, and what happened on Capitol Hill the other day essentially knocked us off that. Other things had even before, but this was really the final straw. Look, I think it's going to be a long time before the United States incredibly advocate for the rule of law, for free and fair elections, for peaceful transfer of power, opposition to coups, you name it. This just really removed our moral authority. In some ways, even worse, it's raised real questions about our political stability. So if you're an ally, just think about it. You've put all your security eggs in the American basket. You see this going on. It's got to make you think twice about your dependence on this country, which suddenly seems anything but predictable or reliable. And even though Mr. Trump will leave the Oval Office in just over a week, Trumpism is not. You've got a lot of members of Congress who support him. Over 70 million people voted for him. So it raises real questions about exactly what is the United States now.
And it's no surprise that authoritarian countries are exploiting it. The Chinese government pounced on the Capitol Hill riot, trying to draw parallels between Wednesday's violence and the pro-democracy protests in Hong Kong over the past 2 years that we've seen. How badly did the Capitol insurrection damage the democracy movement around the world?
Oh, it was terrible. The democracy movement around the world has been losing ground now for what? 15, 20 years. There's been democratic backsliding. If it were a stock market, you would talk about a correction in democracy. And this just makes it worse. One, what happened here undermines the value of democracy. Makes it very easy for its critics to say, look, authoritarian systems are much more stable. We can protect the people. We can deliver economic growth. We can deliver vaccines. You name it. And then again, what happened here makes it impossible for us to talk the talk, since everyone will say we're hypocrites.
Let me play for you really quickly, Richard, some of what our allies have been saying about the leadership vacuum as a result of this.
What happened today in Washington, D.C. is not America. Definitely. We believe in the strength of our democracies.
The rampage at the Capitol yesterday was a disgraceful act, and it must be vigorously condemned.
Insofar as the president consistently has cast doubt on the outcome of a free and fair election, I believe that was completely wrong.
Richard, we have about 40 seconds left. The significance of that.
Our influence goes down. We create space for China and the other authoritarians to fill it. And I think this accelerates the move away from a world in which American influence was paramount. We are setting in motion or accelerating the arrival of an era no longer dominated or even as influenced as it could be by the United States. It's not good for the world, and it's not good for us.
Yeah, it's going to make the road much more difficult for the incoming Biden administration. Richard Haass, always a pleasure. Thank you so much. That wraps up this hour for me and the week. What a week. I'll see you right back here Monday at 3 p.m. Eastern. Deadline White House with Nicole Wallace starts right after this quick break.